Okay, I changed and put the new carburetor on there. This is the new carburetor that I bought a long time ago, but never could get this to run right with it on there. Now that I've done some other things, we'll try it again and see. My other carburetor seemed to be working fine, but it wasn't idling very smoothly. So let's see what happens here. Is it not idling? Well, I never did get it idled down because before I did that, this happened. This carburetor has something my other carburetor doesn't have. It has this tube, and I, for the life of me, don't know what this tube is there for. But I do know that when I put it on there, gas leaks out of it, which is exactly what it just started doing. So I might take my old carburetor and just pop it apart, clean it a little, put it back together, and then try that. I'm in no big hurry today, so I got time. I got time to play with it. Wow. Oh, look at there. What's inside my carburetor? Wow, that is a lot of dirt. Wow. Who'd have expected that? Huh. I say. Again. Alright, I cleaned that carburetor up a little bit. This is the old original Mikuni carburetor that came on this engine. I put a little squirt of mustard gas in there because there's no gas in the bowl, obviously, since I just had the bowl off of there. Kind of what I expected. Usually it'll burn the gas up that I poured in there. And sometimes it'll pick up the gas. I'm picking it up right now. Now I did got a little adjuster on here, and I did close that adjuster all the way. So let's open it. Better than it did. I'm gonna call it good and put the metal back on it, and then we'll, yeah, and then we'll go out and cut some grass or something. I say put the metal back on it, this thing is air cooled, kind of like a Volkswagen. There's a big thing up here and some stuff up here that keeps the air. This flywheel is like a big giant fan, and it sits up on top of the motor, and these other little pieces all basically keep the air circulating around so that this motor can be cooled. This is an aluminum engine with fins. It's kind of like, you know, a Volkswagen. It's the same thing. It's an air-cooled engine. It's got it's got shrouds and fins and all that fun stuff. Anyway, I'll put her back together, and then we'll maybe take her for a ride. So I've got her basically back together. Now this thing had a shield here on the front that went over the spark plug, and it had a hole in it, and you had to bring the spark plug down through that hole, and it was always difficult to get to the spark plug and to get that wire on there and make sure the wire was tight. Now maybe that shield was there because there's a muffler down here and they were trying to keep some of that heat. I don't know, from coming up in there. But it sure was in the way, and it sure is making itself difficult to fit back on there. That's the shield right there. I might try running this without that shield for a little bit and see what I think and see how it does. So I think I got all the bolts tightened up, and I think I got everything set. Got the oil, you know, all proper. And let's. By the way, I bought a new battery yesterday. I might need to connect it in there. It tends to walk over to the side, and maybe this will keep it, help to keep it in place. Anyway, let's go for a ride. See what we think. I did mow a little grass with it. And it may be that this battery thing is kind of in the way a little bit, but who cares? Running pretty good.